Hi guys, it looks like we may have a Brexit benefit. There have been so many false dawns, but perhaps this is the moment, and who will receive this advantage? Well, none other than fishermen and fisherwomen. Remember during the transition period in 2020, as part of the TCA negotiations, Boris Johnson and Brexiteers championed fishing over everything else. Financial services, tish. Car exports, tosh. Fishing was flying the flag of Brexit Britain. So it seems that Brexiteers have actually come through. First, let's hear a word from Mark Spencer when he was in the House of Commons.
The UK's fishing opportunities are negotiated in three main forums. First, the UK-EU bilateral. Today, the UK reached an agreement with the EU on total allowable catches for 23 on 69 stocks, as well as arrangements for non-quota stocks. This deal provides fishing opportunities for more than 140,000 tonnes for the UK fleet and is worth around £282 million, based on historic landing prices. As part of this deal, we've agreed access arrangements on albacore tuna, on spur dog in the North Sea for the first time through the UK-EU written record. For non-quota stocks, we've agreed a rollover of access arrangements for 23 to ensure continued access to fish non-quota stocks in EU waters worth around £25 million per year to the UK fleet. The House will also want to note, as a result of the quota share uplifts agreed in the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, the UK has around 30,000 tonnes more quota from these negotiations than it would have received if it were as a previous member of the EU.
So there we have it. There's a benefit of Brexit. The UK is gaining access to more fish than it would have if it was a member of the EU. Case closed. This was reinforced by Nadine Zawari, who is Minister without Portfolio, who said Brexit benefit, Brexit benefit, Brexit benefit. New quota means British fishermen can catch 30,000 tonnes more than before Brexit. Andrew Pierce, whose Twitter handle is literally Tory Boy Pierce, British trawlers will be able to catch 30,000 more tonnes of fish after new deal in 2023 with the EU, a positive benefit of Brexit. Fantastic. Wonderful. Case closed. Remoaners defeated. Brexiteers win. Well, not quite. You can see here, according to this article, UK ministers hail 30,000 extra tonnes of fish under post-Brexit deal. The article says, under the latest annual agreement unveiled by ministers on Tuesday, British boats will be allowed to catch 140,000 tonnes of fish worth £280 million next year, a 27% increase on the 110,000 tonnes that the UK would have been allocated as an EU member, said ministers. We are 30,000 tonnes better off now than if we were that we are outside the EU than we would have if we had remained as a member. Fisheries Minister Mark Spencer told lawmakers in the House of Commons on Tuesday, as we saw in the clip. This deal is better than we would have negotiated if we had been within the EU, Spencer added. For its part, the European Commission stated that the agreement had secured fishing opportunities of over 350,000 tonnes for the EU fleet, worth around €1 billion. The agreement covers all shared and joint managed fisheries resources in EU and UK waters. Wait a minute. So the UK gained 280 million. The EU fleet gained €1 billion. Okay, something not right there. I thought this was a Brexit benefit. Just something else to say about this. If the UK is increasing its catch, where is it going to sell it? Because one of the problems with Brexit is exporting. Now, maybe it's going to increase the amount of fish it can catch, but if it can't export it into the EU, which is its main market, then what is it going to do with the fish? Because British people generally don't like to eat the fish that are caught in British waters. Europeans prefer to eat the fish that are caught in British waters, which means that you're going to have to import the fish from the EU if you want to maintain the tastes that British people currently have. Now, unfortunately, the article also has another bit of bad news for Brexiteers. It says here, however, despite the prospects of a slight boost to the fishing industry, research published by the Centre for European Reform also on Tuesday estimated that Brexit cost the UK economy £40 billion in the year up to 2022, July 2022. Okay, so on the one side, you have £280 million, and on the other, you have a negative £40 billion. So that's like losing 400 quid and finding 28 quid. And that's been sold as a Brexit benefit. And once again, I don't know how much of this fish can actually be sold into the EU, because the UK, of course, is a third country. Some of it may be, but I don't know how much. I don't see how this is a Brexit benefit. And to say that, well, we couldn't have negotiated this as a member of the EU, well, we don't know, because the UK is not a member of the EU now. So according to Nadine Zawari and Andrew Pearce, this is a Brexit benefit. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.